guys, it is Wednesday the 14th. I already went to the gym and got in kind of a quick, I just worked out on my own, a quick upper body workout, did some shoulders and triceps, and I got to shower and get ready for work. I just wanted to say thank you for those of you that expressed concern with Winston, who's always in the background as you can hear him. He's doing good. He hasn't had any more seizures, so, and I know a couple of you gave us some advice, and really appreciate it. You guys know he's like our baby. It means the world to us. So, but he's doing good. He's sleepy. He's chilling. There's his leg for you. He likes to show that off. So, just another average day that we're gonna start. Actually had to wash my hair today before work, so taking me a bit more time to get ready. I normally don't eat before I go to work. I normally eat breakfast like at work, but I am unfortunately on antibiotics now for a sinus infection, and also I think I jinxed myself with the gut health video because something in my stomach ain't right, but I'm on antibiotics. I don't want to take it now without having food in my stomach, so I'm just kind of having a little quick on the go breakfast. These Kashi blueberry waffles, they're good in a pinch. They are 5 fat, 25 carbs, 7 fiber, and 3 protein, only 3 grams of sugar, and 2 waffles. So I'm gonna have that with a little peanut butter on it, and then I'm going to have a scoop of my High Performance Nutrition Pro Zero protein, the plant-based protein, and it's in cinnamon roll, and that gives me 20 grams of protein, I believe, 1 gram of fat, 20 grams of protein, 1 fat, 2 carbs, and I really like that flavor. I thought it would go well with that. Yep, story of my life, I'm dropping stuff. It is so cold out today, you guys. I'm just like not used to this. It says it's 22 out, but I think there's gotta be like wind chill. Damn it, my phone always does that and I forget. I just stopped at Starbucks and grabbed my favorite right now, which is Christmas blend coffee, and then I request a shot of sugar-free peppermint syrup and sugar-free mocha in it. And I'm sipping on greens, MTS machine greens with machine fuel in mixed berry. So, off to work we go. You guys hear that? My house is completely silent right now. There's no puppy dog here. Jason took Winston to be boarded for a couple days because Jason and I are actually going away for a couple days, and I haven't really mentioned that, but you guys check out the next couple of vlogs, you will see where we're going, so you're gonna have to follow along and stay tuned for that. So my battery died, but as I was saying, we are going somewhere, so stay tuned for that. If you guys follow me on Instagram, that's also Karakori Fit Life, you might see there where we're going. But it's almost 7 o'clock, got home from work, I'm tired, I haven't packed anything yet. Yeah, what else did I do today? I didn't really vlog too much. I went to work, obviously, and we had our holiday lunch. Went out to lunch. Again, you guys could see what I ordered on Instagram if you want to follow me there. I know a lot of people get, it's kind of a weird angle. Hold up. Together, woman. Get your shit together. Oh my god, I suck. I just suck at this. So I know a lot of people have holiday events and parties, and it can be really stressful this time of year, and a lot of people don't know how to stay on track or not let it derail them. And I know I used to be that person that would feel like with all the holiday events and gatherings, or maybe chocolates being around, or like cookies and things like that, any little thing that I might have that I didn't plan on having that day would make me feel like I fucked up, like I'm off track. how do I make this better, you know, and it would just mentally like wear me out, just feeling like I didn't do a good job today, like, you know. And you know, depending on what your goals are, that's cool. Like if you're prepping and you have to stay 100%, totally cool. But I think a lot of people beat themselves up more than they need to. And what can happen, depending on your type of personality you are, if you beat yourself up so hard about it, you end up feeling more stressed out, which, as I talk about a lot on this channel, the impacts of stress with causing inflammation in your body, increasing your cortisol levels, causing GI distress, causing depression. The more you stress about it, sometimes it can backfire. Like, does stressing and feeling guilty over like having a cookie or having an untracked meal, you know, does that motivate you? Does that help you? Or does that just make you feel like you're punishing yourself? Does it make you feel bad? Does it, you know, cause your whole night to spiral out of control? You know, sometimes our mindset and the way we view those things and we view our choices can make all the difference. And that's a big lesson I've learned with myself, with just being kinder to myself and making decisions and being okay with the decisions that I make. And I think this holiday season it's not difficult for me. I'm not prepping. Last year I wasn't prepping, but I was in that stage of, I had like 2 months that kind of off. I wouldn't call it off season. I had 2 months before I really had hardcore start prepping again. So I was trying really hard not to get so off track, and was mad at myself for the weight I had gained, and I was critiquing myself anytime I ate something that really wasn't on, you know, wasn't fitting my macros. And I really kind of spent all last year through the holidays, and even Jason and I vacationed in Mexico, beating myself up, telling myself I wasn't like in the shape I needed to be in, I didn't look good enough. God, I look back at pictures now from last year and I'm like, dude, I'm heavier than I was last year. And I look at those pictures and I'm like, why was I so mean to myself? Like, why was I so mean to myself? You know, I was beautiful then, I'm beautiful now. I was working out then, I'm working out now. You know what I mean? Like, just the perspective you have on things. Like, sometimes you just have to shift that. I also wanted to talk about, I'm kind of all over the place here, but just people feeling like, how do I participate in these events and not feel like I'm getting off track? For instance, today I went to a place where it's a local place. It's not in MyFitnessPal. You can't track it. You can do the best job you can to track it if you want. You can, certainly there's nothing wrong with that if you're tracking macros and you're going out to like a holiday event or social event, you know, just kind of being mindful of what you're choosing and tracking it as best you can. That's totally fine. Just be okay with it. Like, be okay with it not being 100%. And I know I've heard that from some people who love to track, that if they can't track that stuff to 100%, it fucks them up. You have to be okay with it. Be okay with, you're never gonna know exactly what you're getting in a meal when you go out to eat. You're just not. Be okay with it if you're a tracker and you like to track. Do the best you can. That's all you can do. It's okay. And for myself, I'm not tracking, so it doesn't make it as stressful this year. And I'm just in a much better place with viewing my body and viewing food and everything. So, but you know, I had options of like homemade pizza and pastas and all kinds of delicious stuff, but they also had a really delicious mix of like a salad bar with greens and grilled chicken. And so I got some of that, but I also got like a broccoli salad that was definitely mayonnaise based, and I can't track it, it's cool. But I had just like a huge ass portion of lots of vegetables with protein and probably a little higher in fat, but I listened to my body. I didn't finish the whole plate. I stopped when I was full. I sat there and I was mindful about what I ate. I really just sat there and appreciated the flavors of what I was eating. It was a restaurant I never eat at, so it was nice to sit there and enjoy it. And we also weren't on as much of a time crunch either, so we just kind of all chatted and and talked about like non-work things and just enjoyed the meal. And that's like mindful eating, you know, at its best. Stopping when you're not feeling even full, when you're at that like satisfied point right underneath full. That's what I did today, and it felt good. And you know, I hope more people can do that the holiday season. And that's my biggest tip for you is just, you know, when you go to these events or gatherings or go out to dinner or you're presented with a cookie tray and you eat a few cookies, like just be okay with it. And you know, if you're someone that wants to account for it and you know you want to like choose the pizza and the pasta and cookies and you want to account for it and maybe decrease your whatever later in the day or earlier in the week, that's fine. Like if you want to have a plan for it, that's good too. Just, you know, my biggest tip is don't beat yourself up. It's not going to help you. It's probably not going to motivate you. And I can tell you from experience, you're going to look back on this in a year, 2 years, maybe not then, maybe 10 years, 20 years, and you're going to say, I wish I wasn't so mean to myself then. I wish I just appreciated my body. I wish I just loved myself. Why did I waste that time focusing so much on stuff that is so not important? So, wow, that ended up being much longer than anticipated, but I really just kind of had a lot of feels on it. So I wanted to put that out there because I know a lot of people struggle with that. So hope that helps. Hope that helps somehow. And I got a bikini in the mail. So it's December 15th. What calendar day did I do today? Today's the 14th. And I'm going to show that to you right now. I don't know if I'm going to try it on though. We'll see how little it is. Okay, Angel Competition Bikinis sent me. They obviously have competition bikinis. Angel Competition Bikinis, you guys know they are one of my sponsors, and they hooked me up with some of their beachwear because, you know, who doesn't need a little beachwear in their life? And I picked this one out, which I thought was kind of fun. A little racy. Ooh, it's fun. I always liked like the floral fun patterns. So it's a little florally, a little tropical, and it's still bedazzled with that. I like the little things on the side like that. And it's got a little bit of the scrunch butt, not a thong or anything, but I actually like that it doesn't cover the whole butt cheeks because, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a competitor, but I feel like these are just more flattering and I don't mind showing off a little bit of my keister. And then here's the top. It's cute. Maybe I'll try it on for you guys. Maybe. See that back there? That's my empty suitcase, and it's now 8:15. I still haven't packed, but I'm in my pajamas, and they have Frosty the Snowman on them, so I feel pretty good about that. So we're gonna go ahead and end this vlog since I have a lot of packing to do. But before we do, one last thing that's very important to me, and I think will be important to you guys too, that I want to share, is one of our community family members here. You guys know her. She comments on all my videos. She's a longtime follower. Her name's Katie. She is in need this holiday season, and she's had a rough go with her health and her medical issues. She has a GoFundMe account right now, or website, whatever you call it, and she's trying to raise $15,000. And I really want to encourage all of you guys to do what you can to help her out. Katie's someone that has had lupus for a very long time. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with lupus, but she's had it, I think, diagnosed since 2002. You guys can go to the GoFundMe account and click there. I'll have the link in the description box, and you can read her story just to kind of even gain a little bit of awareness of how this can impact your life. But she actually did get pregnant, and she had a daughter in 2010, 2011, I believe, and her lupus was still very active, and she ended up having a lot of complications from it. I keep looking at her story just so you guys know what I'm doing. She had issues with her hips, her bone. She had a hip replacement. Lupus fully attacked her kidneys, and this is when, well, not when, but Katie reached out to me quite a while ago with her story, and I was trying to offer some assistance because what a challenge. She is on full-on dialysis treatments, and she's on the transplant list as well, looking for a donor. So she's just kind of waiting for a kidney donor, and she's struggling. She can't work, she can't pay bills, and she's at that point where you can only get so much help from, the government agencies, and she's at that point where food stamps denied her because it's so particular about what they approve and deny in terms of income and other things. And, the biggest thing that kind of hurts my heart to read about this, and when she reached out to me, is just that, what bothers her most is just not being able to be a healthy mom to her daughter, and that she hasn't been able to be a healthy mom for her. And, unfortunately, it's caused her to be really backed up, and her house is in foreclosure, I believe she wrote. She can't pay her medical bills, and I think the one thing she wants right now is just to provide her daughter with a good Christmas, and man, Katie, my heart goes out to you, I think about you, and the fact that you even share some of your time with watching my videos is crazy. But when some people think they're going through some shit, and you hear stories like this, and it's just puts things in perspective, and I just want to help out. And for anyone that's watching this video, I think this time of year is stressful for a lot of people, financially hard for a lot of people, whether you're in good shape or not with money. But all I'm asking you to do is go to Katie's GoFundMe account and even just donate $1. If you can donate $5, if you can donate $20. My video views on Vlogmas have been anywhere from 1.5 or 1,500 to 3,000. So even if all of you went there now and donated $1, she'd have $3,000 towards that $15,000 she's trying to raise. So check out her link. She comments on all the videos. You guys will recognize her, and anything that you can do to help support her. We're in this together. This is a community, and right now we need to help one of our own. So please go there and help Katie out this holiday season. And Katie, I wish you all the best. And I love all you guys. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Sorry to kind of end it on that note, but what better thing could you do right now than help someone out who's in need, and someone that, like I said, is one of our own. So go there and help her out. And this is going to end this vlog. Next time you watch a vlog, I will be somewhere else. Ooh, where will I be? Will I be somewhere tropical? I don't know why I'm talking in that accent, but I do that sometimes. Yeah, so your girl's got to pack and play some best fiends like a dork on the couch. Get some beauty sleep. I will see you all in the next one. Let me know how you enjoyed this vlog below.